You're tuned to Once Upon a Fairy Tale.
Hey guys, I'm really excited because this is the first joint venture between Once Upon a Fairy Tale, the podcast, and Disney Dust. It's Disney Dwayne here, wherever you're tuning in from, iTunes, SoundCloud, or YouTube. Well, welcome to this episode. It's a special episode on the Lion Guard TV series, but I might as well talk about the Lion King Canon in general as well to make this a special episode. Well, lots has been released on the Lion King. We've had 3 movies, 2 TV series, and a whole musical. So it's time to sort out who's who, because there are lots of characters being introduced into this canon right now, including unofficial characters, which we will talk about as well, like who is Copa? In any case, let's just sort out the official characters. So what do lions and trees have in common? Well, let's have a look at the family tree to sort out who's mother, brother, sister, or father. And we'll also look at some of the music from the TV series, as well as the movies, and some of the soundtracks that have been released. There's also the question of Timon and Pumbaa's official last names. Do you know them? Got you excited? Good. Now, also remember you can refer to our show notes, and that's available on our podcast website at www.facebook.com/onceuponafairytaletime. Without further ado, let's begin. Here's the official lion family tree that I've put together, and of course there are hosts of other characters including hyenas that you might want to explore in the link that I provided to the Lion King wiki. Now there are also other lions which are not part of the official canon, which are not in this family tree. We'll get into a character or two in a bit, but first let's look at what we have. So of course it all started in the original movie, where Simba was born out of Mufasa and Sarabi. Of course it is known that Mufasa is brothers with Scar, also known as Taka, before he got his scar. Sarafina gave birth to Nala with another unknown male, and Simba and Nala of course got together and they had their offspring, Kiara. In The Lion King 2, we see Kiara falling for Kovu, who is part of a band of lions outside of the Good Lion clan, should I say, part of Scar's clan mostly. And Zira is the mother of Kovu, who's also a brother to Vitani and Nuka. And with the introduction of the Lion Guard movie pilot to the series, we also see now that Kiara has a new brother called Kion. Now previously, Kiara had a brother called Copa, but because it was part of the Lion King's 6 new adventures, which are not canon, Disney does not recognize this character. You can read all about it in another link that I provided in the podcast notes. Now let's look at some of the Lion King music that exists. I haven't told this to many people, but I was asked to perform for the royal family of Brunei at the palace because they wanted 10 Lion King songs, and of course people approached me because they knew I knew my Disney, but even I was stumped. Where was I going to find 10 Lion King songs? But I did my research and I actually found 11. Now, of course, there are many more, but they may not be as popular. In any case, let's look at what we have. It starts here, the Lion King soundtrack, the original, and you can also buy the Lion King 2 soundtrack, but what I recommend is you get the songs inspired by the Lion King 2 instead, and this is called Return to Pride Rock. It includes the Lion King 2 selection as well as additional songs by pop artists. And then, not to be confused by this other album, there's Rhythm of the Pride Lands, which is music inspired by the Lion King. Now this includes all kinds of different songs as well. I'll put links in the podcast notes, you can look this up. Let's not forget the Lion King musical cast album. It's also playing in Chinese now at the Shanghai Disneyland Resort, which includes a new character of the mischievous monkey. I wonder if there's a new song. I don't know. If you know, please let us know in the comments. And no more new songs in this one, as opposed to the musical version, but there are a very nice medley of songs in this version. And this, of course, is the Festival of the Lion King from the Walt Disney Parks. There were also songs in The Lion King 1.5, mostly about Timon and Pumbaa and their perspective, also known as The Lion King 3 outside of North America, but really, chronologically, it was right after the events of The Lion King's first movie. The Lion Guard movie, as well as the series, has a host of new songs. It even has its own soundtrack, so be sure to check that out. But the series before that, Timon and Pumbaa, only features about 2 or 3 songs. Most of them are from the original movie or covers of other songs, like Yummy 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 is one such cover. And here's the fun trivia that you've been waiting for to wrap things up. What are Timon and Pumbaa's last names? They are, and this was from the series, Berkowitz and Smith. Timon Berkowitz and Pumbaa Smith. Now you know. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube at the Disney Dwayne channel or follow us on iTunes and SoundCloud at Once Upon a Fairy Tale the podcast.